Hello, once again. This is Keketso, your crypto educator. We are continuing on learning about Bitcoin. So this is where we start because this is our information center. So because we want to learn about Bitcoin, then we are going to click on this tab where it says Bitcoin. And then from there, we're going to be looking at where can we find more information about Bitcoin. So we will start by looking from the website. So here is bitcoin.org. Bitcoin.org is the website for Bitcoin. Maybe you're asking yourself once again, isn't it that Bitcoin doesn't have anyone looking after it? Yes, it doesn't have anyone looking after it, but there are developers who are looking after Bitcoin. It has a lot of volunteers that are doing what they need to do so that the information is available. And again, that Bitcoin continues to be relevant to the world as a whole. Now, today I want us to look at introduction to businesses. Okay, so with introduction to businesses, we are going to be looking at basically and overarching benefits of that businesses can gain out of Bitcoin. So before we start, I just want to remind you to like my video. If you enjoy these teachings, please subscribe to my video and also just click on that notification tab so that you always get to know when I'm sending new videos. All right, here is Bitcoin for Business. Number one, you've got to choose your own fees, right? So where we are at right now, we take it for granted that you have already educated yourself and you understand what Bitcoin is, why cryptocurrency is. Now, as you come here, maybe to come and look more deeply as to what is it that you can benefit as a business, then know that you can choose your own fees. So what does choosing your own fees mean? It just means that the bottom line is we have same fees. If you want to send 100,000 Bitcoins, the fee is the same as if you want to send 1 Bitcoin. But you can choose your own fees if you can then choose for the verification of your transaction to be fast tracked, then meaning it will have to like pass all the transactions that are there and go in front. Therefore, that's where you will then pay a little bit more. But under normal circumstances, we paying like the same flat amount. Now, number two, protection against fraud. This is looked in relation to the current system of money, where we are using credit cards or PayPal payments. And why do we even talk about payments at this stage is because Bitcoin, it's what was created as a payment system, right? So then they are trying to cover here the advantages of Bitcoin in as far as that is concerned. So protection against fraud, when you pay with a credit card or paying with PayPal, what happens today is that sometimes these transactions get to be reversed. And when you have already provided a service and the transaction is reversed, then that means you have lost because you will have unlocked, the services that you are rendering, and people will have started using them or even removed them on the platform. You'll never know. But credit cards and these PayPal payments get to be reversed. Now, Bitcoin comes in as a digital form of money that cannot be reversed. So once I make a payment with Bitcoin, I cannot reverse it, which means you are going to be receiving that money and without any problem. Probably that is why in retail businesses, especially here in South Africa where I'm at, you find that a company like Pick n Pay is the one actually that's leading in terms of taking payments in Bitcoin. Probably they are actually encountering problems of credit cards going back. You pay there by the till with a credit card, and only that the Pick n Pay will not get that money. So how many will those kind of transactions be in a month, in a year? So they have opted for Bitcoin, so you can buy as well with Bitcoin, or you can still buy with the cards. Okay, so the other advantage is that it gives businesses an opportunity for fast international payments. In other words, if a business wants to send money abroad, the cross-border transactions that gets to take place, then with Bitcoin, it makes it very, very easy, because you can just click and say, I submit this transaction. I'm paying 10 Bitcoins to that company that they've given me their wallet address. So the 10 Bitcoins will move to their wallet, because sending money with crypto, it's like you're sending money across the street. They are going to receive that money in 10 minutes or 30 minutes. And then you have cut the middleman. You are no longer going to be using the middleman if you are dealing with companies that are using Bitcoin, especially for cross-border payments. Now, because you are no longer going to be told that the money will reflect on the other side after 3 days, and also the fees that gets to be involved when you transport money internationally gets to be cut off. So there is a big saving when it comes to international payments. It's counted in billions, money that gets to be taken from people when they try to move money from one person to another, or from one business to another. So Bitcoin just solves that problem that we have at the moment. Maybe the question would be, now, does it mean that it's going to be challenging the existence of banks and all other intermediaries? The answer is yes. So they are going to be out of business if they're not going to adjust to their services as well. But Bitcoin is there to eliminate intermediaries. So no PCI compliance required. Accepting credit cards online typically requires extensive security checks in order to comply with the PCI standard. Now, Bitcoin still requires you to secure your wallet. Make sure that you have done, or that you are able to do, to secure your wallet. And therefore, the processing of transaction, processing of the movement of the money that you are sending, it's transparent, yes, but it is not complicated, and there is no lot of compliance that needs to happen for the movement of money from one point to another. Again, you get some free visibility. If you are a business and you want people to know that you are taking a Bitcoin as a form of payment, then you can actually list your company here on this website. People will know about you, or you can put a logo outside of your business so that people can know that you are taking a Bitcoin. So it gives you visibility, and people will love to come and get into your shop and use their Bitcoin, especially the tourism sector. They are the ones that can really attract tourists from different parts of countries who are just going to be loading their monies on their cards, on the ATM cards, and just come and use them in your business in a different country or continent. Now, again, there's a benefit of multi-signature. Multi-signature means 2 or 3 people, or even more, that can sign the transaction before the final release of Bitcoins is completed. Bitcoin payments allows multi-signatures, so which is wonderful. But then Why would it allow that? It's because you cannot reverse Bitcoin. There have been lots and lots of incidences where people have sent money to wrong addresses and they have just lost their money. And then the other thing is accounting transparency. Here, many organizations are required to produce accounting documents about their activity. Using Bitcoin allows you to offer the highest level of transparency, since you can provide information to verify balances and transactions through the blockchain. For example, organizations like your nonprofit organization, where the public would like to see or know who has donated, how much has been donated, then they're able just to pull out their statement. You know, their history statement will indicate this one has deposited this much and so on. So it allows transparency. Okay, so these are the benefits to companies. If you ask me, will companies like this? You know, companies will go for fast international payments. Because of that, they will just jump into Bitcoin so that they can just save money, and they're going to save it in millions. And again, they will go for multi-signature because it's a kind or a form of security that Bitcoin offers them. And also cheap movement of money. The fees are as low as $1, $2 versus what people pay right now. We are even paying on individual accounts in banks. We are paying more than $1 right now. So if you get into the cryptocurrency space, especially in exchanges, in your wallet, if you put your money there, there are no charges, monthly charges, because there's nobody working there to look after your money. Your money is looked after by the blockchain technology. And I think companies are still going to come in numbers when they get to understand all of these benefits. Okay, let me just quickly also get to developers, and let's understand what developers are gaining. All right, getting started with developers, what I like to hear is that there are acknowledgements that are given here to David Harding and Cornelius Schumacher. Okay, so they say a very special thanks, however, goes to David Harding, who in 2014 helped lead the effort to compose and bring together a significant amount of the material found here on this website. Also to Cornelius Schumacher for envisioning new ways to extend the developer documentation that led to this site. So these are the two young people that actually helped us push information to be where we are at. Now, there are technical support here for technical people that they can actually look into. Then you can also come and look at developer guides, references, examples, and glossary. All right, you can learn Bitcoin and start building Bitcoin-based applications when you come and understand all this language of developers over there. All right, let's move on. Again, getting started, we have done how it works. We've done one important document that actually controls the whole system. It's called a white paper. This is a paper that Satoshi Nakamoto made sure that everyone will follow so that they can be able to do as it is says. Talk to me about a vision. He wrote it down, and now everyone is running with it. Men and everyone is following it as is. And we want to really applaud him. No one knows who he is. Now, let me just leave it here. And in the next video, we'll just cover the resources. Now, before you go, please remember to like my video. Please remember to subscribe to my video. Remember to also click on that notification bell so that you can always find out when I am sending new videos. Otherwise, thank you so much for learning with me. We are learning and we are being grounded by the knowledge that we know. Have a great time of learning. Goodbye.